We are live again today, this morning on the Grown Up Adjacent channel. All right, it looks like we are live now again today on the Grown Up Adjacent channel. My name is Aaron. This is Friday edition of the live stream. Almost every Friday, I try to play a game I really enjoy, and John Wick looks, feels, sounds, and plays like one of those games. So today was no different. We like to have a relaxing, fun pinball session, try to get through some high scores. Yesterday, I played John Wick and edged up the score a little bit. We got in the 500 million range. My GC, I feel like we have potential to find the GC today. So that's going to be my goal, and keep the chat rolling. What's up to the first few in the chat? Happy to see you. I was going to say you guys, but then Jess hopped in the chat. John, Jess, casual GC, good morning. It's almost good midday where you guys are, some of you guys. It's funny because this morning I woke up, I'm like, I'm up super early. I might as well start streaming super early, but you know, just things start to happen. I sort of basically started to unpack from my trip because I had suitcases in the living room. But anyways. What's up? I'll try to help. Ask a question. Ask away in the chat. Good morning, or Meta Nightman, welcome also. Enjoying my enormous morning cup of coffee. It is my second, which is somewhat unsafe. So Jess, is this a question on your stream, or say you're trying to figure out if there's a distortion that isn't really there? Are you talking about audio or video distortion? Turned up the sound alerts. Yeah, regarding audio for your live stream, Jess, the biggest thing to make sure is you don't have overlapping audio channels. That's probably the biggest, most common issue I faced. And that would be sounding like distortion. The other thing is, ultimately, unless you're using a mixer, you can only really have one audio source. For me, I use two types of mixing. The mixing in OBS Streamlabs. It does some mixing. It is extremely finicky to do software mixing, so I recommend hardware mixing like a Rodecaster. But yeah, the biggest thing using OBS's mixer is the issue with, you will have your monitoring. So you could do, you have to be aware of your monitoring. Is it feeding back into Windows? Is Windows feeding into Streamlabs or OBS? So you really have to just be aware that your audio channels aren't overlapping, either by talking to each other, cross-talking by, so I go into Windows and disable basically all the audio channels and sources, because you'll have audio sources in Windows like your microphone array, each one of your capture cards, each one of your cameras, each one of your microphones. You can have like software, virtual capture cards coming from OBS too. So the best thing is to disable everything except what you're using. And Yeah, the 920X has a pretty good microphone array. I use those at work. Yeah, maybe message me in the Discord and we could do a bit of a test. I'll be around this weekend and we can troubleshoot. I'll be somewhere this weekend. My daughter is in a lacrosse provincial tournament, like the finals. But I'll be having a lot of time where I'm kind of sitting in the car available. It's an outdoor tournament. It's freezing as anyways here, but yeah, keep in touch on Discord or text me, and we'll get you figured out, because I know we're starting to build a community around Jay Biscuity. Right click on Jay Biscuity on Twitch and follow. Jay Biscuity and Johnny Button are the dynamic duo of Tennessee Pinball, and we're trying to grow their stream, whether they like it or not. I think Jess is all about it. Johnny's a little apprehensive, but we'll make it happen. But yeah, anyways, good morning, good midday to wherever you are. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. We're gonna play some John Wick today, and you know, yesterday, as I was just finishing playing, I had to leave, and I had a pretty good high score. I finished off at like 600 million last night, which felt good considering, you know, I'd been away from the game for a while. But let's just see here. Just before I get started, I didn't open my dashboards. I was being social. So bear with me for a second while I just open my dashboards. It's a bit of a critical part of starting the stream. Thank you to the new subs over on YouTube today as well. I appreciate it. All right, here we go, guys. Let's play it.
You dip so much as a pinky back into this pond, you may well find something reaches out and drags you back into its depths.
I'm like, why is it so quiet? I left my machine on last night, and because I had a good game I was in the middle of, I had to run out. So anyways, excuse me, sorry.
Your aim was impeccable, Jonathan. Slip it to the message. I have a job for you.
So yesterday we experimented a little bit with
This marker may ultimately be your downfall. Play one, my friend.
it's right outside the ball save. Gonna be that type of Friday. Yesterday experimented a little bit with some different sliders on the front of the machine, and back to rubber silicone feet on here today.
Well played.
Another thing that we covered a little bit recently playing John Wick was flipper strength. So because it can be a bit of a brick fest, is actually better. Some people set it quite low, but I just have it at the stock setting today. At one point I had it higher because I was getting rejects off the right Katia ramp, but what's up, Slinger? Welcome into. the intensity level of John Wick is also higher. So I'm practicing being a little more ginger on the buttons today, and I'll only nudge when I need to nudge. What's up, Space Junk, Doc Imagineer, Slinger, you guys? Nice to see you today. Oh, document. Oh yeah. So, oh, Doc Imagineer with the hot take. Doesn't using rubbers lessen the excitement of play? There we go. It's Friday morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the show.
You want a war or just another ball?
Dustin echoes. Henry, nice to see you as well, my friend. So Dustin, I did continue that game last night. I came back and played, and I got about another 100 million, so it was good. But when you're in a flow, you can't, you know, breaking the flow is, what can you do? The flow's broken, it's broken. But yeah, so Jess, Jay Biscuity earlier was asking about some audio issues in her OBS stream of, they stream Dune on Saturday nights and other times as well. Jess, what I would recommend is let's run some test streams and we'll try a few things. That's probably the best thing. People don't mind test streams. Just label it a test stream and run it. Ooh, airball. So one thing on today's stream, again, I mentioned it a second ago, but I'm focusing on lightly pushing the buttons in this one, because I could really get handsy with John Wick, and you got to save some of that energy for when you're trying to complete a mode or you only have one ball left. Retro Rewired, what's up? Welcome to the stream. The arcade test went very well. We had a persistent issue with the video cutting out, and so the community came together and we troubleshooted it. And Corey, who is from the Neon Ranch, shout out to the Neon Ranch. Corey was able to say, well, hey, do you have anything that's like a logo or a graphic rotating? Because a few people timed the issue. It was happening exactly every 30 seconds. And it turns out, so I have like the nitropinball and the pinball swag logo kind of rotating. And one of the file sizes was massive. So when it was rotating, it was like loading up this like, I don't know, 20 megabyte logo file for no reason. And so I trimmed those down, and oddly, that may have fixed an issue that I've been experiencing on my stream for a long time. But overall, Retro Rewired, the on-location stream went great. Getting the equipment in and out of the car in the rain, or the truck in the rain, was a little bit of a challenge, but The equipment set I have is going to work. The lighting was excellent. The audio will work. We have some backup plans if the room is filled with people and the audio is like, you know, too loud or something. We have some wireless options we're going to try. But yeah, it was good. And we might do another test session before the March 7th first tournament. Also, so the Industry Arcade is now affiliated with Stern Army, and they will have, so this event will be a Stern Army event with prizes and such, but also they're doing a Pokemon launch party on March 30th, which I will also be hosting. So I'm looking forward to that launch party tournament. Both are going to be IFPA Walker Point tournaments, so yeah, the official stream Retro Rewired will be on March 7th at approximately 6 or 7 p.m. Pacific time. Oh, shoot.
Very cool. Shoot again.
Skullbox, welcome to the show as well. Just checking my dashboards are doing dashboard stuff. Bear with me for 1 second. I just have to click a few things here. All right, I'll come back to that. I'll keep the flow going. So Documenteer, Pokemon made Time Magazine. It made the Super Bowl ad because of the 30th, I guess, so. Will that translate into game sales or arcade action? Who knows? I don't know.
Loose ends.
Eris, I love you. You are the best.
Yeah.
get another ball. What I'd like to do is hit all the not lit shots. That's my favorite thing. That's what makes me have the best day ever. Shoot again. An okay mode, but
The high table sees your commitment, Jonathan. Well done.
that's right, Henry.
I am impressed. The Marquis de Gramont will not hesitate to stab you in the back.
Good morning, still Brian.
Life, brother.
I have so much to say, but I just can't. So I'm very grateful to have my wife support my crazy hobbies and accept the time I commit to live streaming and such. And but today there was a crisis. There is an active crisis. My daughter forgot her clarinet. So I'll probably play another game. Let's make it a good one. Then I have to deliver it to her. So, but I will be live streaming this afternoon as well. So I'm hoping to. But yeah, it might just kind of eat into the just chatting or the stream time. But nonetheless, whatever. That's life. I can't tell you how many times with my daughter's sports or something that she's forgotten, like something critical. A couple of years ago, it was the dance photos. Dance photos. She forgot all of her costumes that were hanging on the door. And it was like, if you missed dance photos, there was hell to pay by the dance teacher. You were letting everyone down. Like nobody missed dance photos. So I remember I raced home driving so fast and like literally like someone was in the hospital and I had the like antidote. I raced home. But like, you know, she'll go to lacrosse without a mouth guard. She'll go play ringette like 2 hours away and forget her uniform, you know, forget her ice skates. But anyways, pinball family comes first. I'm just kidding. Anyways, a clarinet live clarinet delivery stream. You know what? That's not entirely crazy. One of my someone else I know that does quite often.
What are we going to do about John?
For their business, they just record like Instagram stuff when they're driving. So they have a camera mount and they just kind of sit there in traffic and like rant and stuff. But my commute's like 8 minutes to work, so I wouldn't get a lot of content that way.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
But
The Continental appreciates your accuracy. You can issue a marker if you need help, yet you'll be bound by its obligation. Beautiful car. The Ruscaroma will drain you if you're not careful, Jonathan.
I could. I have the Streamlabs app is pretty good actually. I could multi-stream it.
Your aim was impeccable, Jonathan.
Oh, Leslie! I try to clip all my Lazies, so one day I put a compilation together.
You dishonor the marquee, you die. You kill the hold of the marquee guy, you run, you die.
Even help yourself.
It is. Anytime a ball comes flying out of the trough, it's a Lazy.
Well played.
The bodies he buried that day laid a foundation.
What's up, Deep Ghost? I hate to like find the groove for John Wick and then like have to leave, but
An extra ball has revealed itself, Jonathan.
so does anyone run rubber feet on the front of their pinball machine? I'm starting to wonder now. I run it on all my machines.
You
And
get nothing.
they don't move, but
Or just another ball.
Day, sir.
I am impressed.
I gotta figure out why Robot Adjacent isn't replying. That's annoying. Oh, from the left flipper. So John, do you put the flat plastic sliders or do you put the fuzzy gray sliders?
Your aim was impeccable, Jonathan. Safe drive.
Because I find, like right now I've got I tried, like I said, I put the hard plastic sliders on. Man, they were just like skis. Like it was moving way too easily. Dripping balls.
Here comes another ball. Defend yourself.
Expiration. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Missed. Oh, bitch. I must have a ball save accumulated though. So I have a bit of a funny story to tell in between balls, even though I have to go in like a minute.
Shoot again.
So I told you guys a little bit about at work we had a very special audit that's specific to my industry, which is manufacturing of food. And so anyways, it was called a 4-pillar audit for social compliance, ethics, environment, labor practices. And one of the sections for environmental, we're strong in all these areas to do business with large U.S. customers and Canadian and international customers. Anyways, and I'm sitting there with my fingers crossed, like a little child in school, listening and nodding, like I'm really wanting to listen to the end of the closing meeting after the 3-day audit. And one of the recommendations is the person's like, and so the waste and sewage is going to need to be tested on an hourly basis for pH and microbes or something like that. I'm like, It's like you could assign a staff member or a maintenance or a quality person or someone in control to be doing the sampling of the sewage and I was just, I couldn't not say anything. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that. I'm like, that is non-standard. Our water's tested by the city. We're we're an organic processor. Everything's balanced. I'm like, we're not testing our sewage. And the guys, everyone in the room's like, I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. And my sister's in leadership with me too. And I look over and you can see like a vein thumping in her neck. Anyways. Yeah, and like we do so much sampling, like believe it or like we swab the loading docks, we swab the bathroom floors for micro, like we have 80 swab sites. Like it's an extremely clean food production facility. And like, he's like, yeah, you're gonna need to send someone into the sewers with the Ninja Turtles and sample the Well, that's the thing, about like, some of the stuff is reasonable. If they were like, if it's a labor practice and they had a finding, obviously, like, yeah, we'll want to correct it. But that was just like, come on. And it would make sense for places like a brewery or a meat plant. Like we're a chocolate factory. Anyways, I'm gonna get back playing because I have to go in about 6 minutes. So. Man, John Wick just can't get a full night. I had to leave a bit early last night too, but the moral to that short story was it was determined it's not appropriate to our industry, so we didn't have to do it. They removed the findings. But the end of the story, not the moral of the story. You know what? Looking at the clock, I'm gonna break away right now. But yeah, so Osavet with John Wick. The biggest thing I find is actually muscle memory, and during those multi-balls, aiming the balls you do have control over. I find, just as a tip, aiming the balls you do have control over, like the ones that are slowly being fed back to you, aiming those is more important than saving down the middle. Like if shoot again is flashing, just let it drain. It's more important to aim the shots in the time you have allotted. And if it drains, it just comes back and it gently feeds in here. That's one thing I kind of like it calibrates and sends it right back in here. But yeah, I find John Wick, so much of it's on the fly shooting, on the fly, nudging, bump. Everything is just a different pace. That was the thing too. Like even playing Pokemon, it's like, I think that I can empathize with a company like Stern. Like, how do they know what the community really wants? Because it seems like there's someone that's butthurt about everything with every game. So this one is like, oh, it's multi-ball heavy, the shots are too tight. But then Pokemon, oh, it's too easy. The shots are too well. Or then a game like X-Men, the game goes left and right too much. It's like there's always this like butthurt narrative about pinball, and my whole like purpose is to try to like counter that and just like, you know, focus on the positive parts or the things they did get right, and then, you know, give them time to fix stuff like the code or stuff like, because even a game like, don't forget Dungeons and Dragons, like Dungeons and Dragons, when in the menu or in between modes, if you drained, like there was no ball save for so long, and it was so frustrating. Like you're in between, you're navigating the map, and you get like a sling drain, and it's like, oh, game over. And they put in a bunch of ball saves to like increase the quality of life. So I think it's good too that they always like they do pretty much listen to the community and change and modify things. Also, games like Dune came out with some code issues missing, some geometry and technical issues. Well, by the later iterations, they were mostly corrected, but yeah, Slinger, I know. It's the thing. And Osama, yeah, you can't please everyone. You can try, but Stern knows what they're doing, and not everyone can buy all games. So buy what you like and stop complaining. Totally. That's the thing too. I'm like, I think expectations of the community are baseline very high when especially we have disruptors like Barrels of Fun and Spooky. Like I was talking to someone, I won't say who, but talking to someone yesterday that's in the industry. They said, you know, we stuck with Spooky, and a lot of people didn't, and it was a rough ride because, you know, early iterations of their game and their quality and consistency, they weren't what they are today. And so I think it's good that distributors and people stuck with those companies and, you know, didn't get overrun by, you know, the rhetoric or the chatter or that sort of thing. But I'm looking at the clock. I have to run or this clarinet will not be delivered on time. If you're just joining the stream, there was clarinet issues, and I have to head to my daughter's school. But I'll catch you guys later, and I appreciate the time always with you in the stream. Hop in the Discord, check out Pinball Swag to buy some pinball swag. I'm gonna work on some new designs this weekend too. But anyways, guys, we'll see you on I say see you on the flip side, but that's not my thing.